In this free training, I'm going to show you exactly how previously average footballers from all around the world are becoming standout players on their teams and getting noticed by coaches and scouts and getting the opportunity to train with professional academies in as little as 30 days or less. I was literally able to do this myself in 2023 and got the opportunity to train with professional clubs in Europe after using this proven training program. So you can trust the system works very well. First, we're going to start by covering the 5 main reasons why most players don't make it and succeed when it comes to improving at a faster rate than their competitors and getting the opportunity to sign for pro academies and D1 college scholarships. Then, I'm going to walk you through my 7-phase process for improving at an incredibly faster rate than your opponents and gaining access to unfair opportunities to train with professional teams that most other players could only dream of. At the end of this training, I will invite you to become an early adopter of our newest program, the Football Accelerator. And a quick heads up, when you see the price to enroll, your jaw will drop at how affordable enrolling is, as I'm offering a whopping $200 off discount for those who decide to enroll today. But alright, let's get back to the free training. First, let's talk about why I am doing this. Honestly, I wanted to document exactly how I was able to improve at a frighteningly faster rate than my competitors and get the opportunity to train with professional academies in Europe. I have zero intention of stopping what I'm doing, and while I continue to pursue my football career and progress up the levels, I wanted to use my platform and audience online to share what I've learned on this journey so far. For players who might not have access to the opportunities and coaching that I am grateful to have been able to access and acquire over the years of practical experience and through building a powerful network in the football world. At the end of the day, this process immensely helps my football career and yours, because I get to teach what I've learned with others, and you get to have access to the information and training that you need to crush your football goals. So if your goal is to improve at a faster rate than your opponents, stand out on the pitch, catch the eye of scouts and coaches, and get the opportunity to train with professional academies or sign for a D1 college scholarship, all while wasting the least amount of time, money, and energy throughout the entire journey. So if any of this sounds like you right now, then you are definitely in the right place. And the other thing is, I want to build a community of like-minded footballers who are all striving to achieve their goals in the game so that I can have access to a powerful network of ambitious players that I can learn from and build the kind of group that I would have loved to had access to when I was younger and trying to overcome some really difficult obstacles in my football journey. So to ensure that the players inside of this community are high quality and truly have the desire to play at the top level of the game, we decided to create this program. Now, with that being said, who the heck am I? As many of you might not know my story, in 2023, after years of being an average player on my local club team and trying to figure out how to improve at the fastest rate possible with little to no results, I got the opportunity to train with professional clubs in Europe, which all came about after I discovered a new approach to my training and realized that if I actually want to improve at an incredibly faster rate than my opponents, then I needed to attack my football development in a holistic way, taking into account all the aspects of the game, both on and off the pitch, as opposed to only focusing on the traditional viewpoint of technical, physical, and tactical work. So up first, I had to work on my mentality, and this allowed me to play with confidence and freedom every time I set foot on the pitch. And this unlocked my ability to play closer to my full potential in matches. But that wasn't all. After that, I discovered a new way to approach my technical training, which allowed me to improve my ball comfort incredibly fast and my ability to execute all my actions with precision on the pitch consistently. After that, I learned how to craft the ideal footballer physique and then got told about a way to master my decision making on the pitch by a mentor who has coached countless professional players using a process called the cognitive loop. After this, I learned these subtle nuances and details of the tactical side of the game and how to analyze and watch football like a pro to gain an advantage over my opponents. Then I learned how to eat, sleep, recover, and live like a professional footballer by optimizing my lifestyle off the pitch. And finally, I learned how to build a powerful network to gain access to opportunities to train with professional clubs by using a simple formula to make connections with scouts, agents, and coaches by leveraging the power of the internet. And now, When I share what I have accomplished with other footballers, most of them are in absolute shock, because they seem to be stuck in their career without making any significant progress, despite continuing to train and looking for ways to improve their game, trying to crack the code on how to improve at an incredibly faster rate than their opponents, and have the opportunity to train with professional academies. And because of that, they always ask me, how were you able to go from an average player on your local club team on the other side of the world in New Zealand to a standout player who got the opportunity to train with professional clubs in Europe in such a short period of time? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to do this throughout this training, but first, let's start by going over the 5 most common reasons why most players don't make it in the game, that are probably killing your ability to improve at a faster rate than your opponents, become a standout player on the pitch, get noticed by coaches and scouts, and get the opportunity to train with professional clubs. And reason number 1 for why most players don't make it is simply down to the fact that they aren't good enough to play at a higher level. But that is not the full story either. You see, just because players aren't good enough to make it doesn't mean that they couldn't make it. They don't need any God-given talent or natural athletic ability to make it. Although don't get me wrong, these things can definitely help. But the main reason why these players simply weren't good enough to make it is because they didn't have a proven training program and a weekly training schedule that would actually get them the results they were looking for, so they could improve at a faster rate than their opponents and get to a level where they were actually good enough to get the opportunity to train with professional clubs. This is by far the most common reason that most players don't make it, and it is tragic how many players end up giving up on their childhood dreams and quitting the game entirely because of this. And it doesn't have to be this way either. The reason you have no proven training program and plan is because you most likely have a coach at your club team that doesn't really care about you and your future career in the game. He's just worried about getting the next 3 points on the weekend's match so he can keep the management at the club happy so he can stay in a job for next season. And if you think this only happens at the senior level of the game, think again, because this is something that is even more common at the youth level. And I see this pattern over and over again everywhere I have been in the world, from South America to Europe to Australia and New Zealand, Asia, and the United States. Players' careers getting destroyed by coaches who don't care about them or their future, and simply coaching for their own ego. But the truth is that you shouldn't take a victim mindset out of this situation, like all the players who don't make it. You need to take back control of your career into your own hands and not rely on some club coach to do it for you. So you need to study everything you can on how to improve all the aspects of your game in the most effective way possible, from your mentality, technique, physique, cognition, tactical understanding, footballer lifestyle, and the business of football. Go and learn it for yourself and find what works through practical application and trial and error. Or find someone who has done what you want to achieve and model their training system and apply it to your training schedule, so that you can save time on the research and trial and error process by using a program that has already been proven to work. Because the fact of the matter is that most players who don't make it spend countless hours, weeks, months, and years doing the wrong kind of training while getting little to no actual results. And instead of getting educated and devising a clear plan and strategy for how they will improve at a faster rate than their competitors, they instead continue to repeat the same old training that has gotten them absolutely nowhere for the last few years. And Albert Einstein, although he wasn't a football prodigy, said it best: the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And it might sound obvious when you hear it at first, but this is exactly what most players are doing when it comes to their training. So you need to realize the law of cause and effect. If you want to get different results, then you need to take different actions. And if you aren't currently getting the results that you want, then it means that there is simply something that you don't yet understand about the skill you are trying to acquire, that when you figure it out and apply it, you will get the results you are looking for. And it is your responsibility to make sure that you figure out what that thing is, whether by your own research and trial and error, or by way of a mentor or a proven training program that has already been there and done that. Now, the second reason leads on exactly from where the first one ended, and that is players who are good enough to get the opportunity to train with professional clubs and play for a pro academy, but they don't make it because they don't have the ability to make connections or a powerful network in the football world so that they can get access to opportunities that other players don't. The truth is that there are a lot of incredibly talented players who didn't make it because they didn't have the ability to make connections into the pro game, to be able to showcase their ability in front of the right people like coaches, agents, and scouts. And this includes not having the money to be able to afford the trips and trials that they need to just get a chance of playing for a pro academy one day. The amount of players that ended up quitting the game in just their teenage years because they needed to go and get a job to make a living instead of continuing to pursue their football dreams is absolutely staggering. So there are two main parts to the networking and connections game, which I like to call the business of football. Number one, it is the ability to build strong relationships with people working at the pro level of the game. I don't have any connections in the game, and I don't have any money to pay for that. And he only made it because he could afford it. And I would have played for a pro academy, and an endless list of excuses for why they didn't make it. The players who did end up making it in the game, however, were just silently taking action every single day towards their goals. They went out and found a way to make money, or got a job like Virgil van Dijk did when he was just a teenager washing dishes to make a bit of money before he became one of the best defenders in the world. They went out and learned how to create a highlight video, football CV, and how to message and email professional coaches, agents, and scouts. And once again, we see the principle of if you take different actions, you get different results. So understand that the power is always in your hands, and it just comes down to making the right decisions and taking the right actions in your career to make it in the game. This is not a lottery or a game of chance. It is a game of skill in every single aspect, both on and off the pitch. And the brutally honest truth is that if you don't make it, it is all your fault, regardless of the circumstances you have to face. But what is also true is that if you do make it, it is also all your fault. So make the key decisions in your career wisely. Reason number 3, lacking an elite football environment or a mentor who has gone through the journey to guide them through the process and obstacles along the way. This is something that a lot of footballers struggle with, and as a result of not having this environment or support structure around them, they end up giving up on their goals or simply not being able to make it in the game. One of my core beliefs today is that if I want to truly unlock my potential in any area of the game, I need to have 3 key relationships: a mentor, an equal, and a mentee. This trifecta is the ultimate way to quickly and efficiently improve an aspect of my game or achieve a goal. And having these relationships around you will significantly increase your chances of success in the game. It can be hard creating an elite football environment around you if you aren't in a pro academy and you live in a country where football is not even the #1 sport, like it is in most European or South American countries. Which is why if we can't have access to that environment directly around us, we need to also be able to use our digital environment to surround us with the right kind of information, accountability, and guidance along this journey. And there are plenty of good resources online, from pro player and coach interviews, podcasts, YouTube channels, and social media accounts who can help you to surround yourself with more like-minded people to drive you forward and provide mentorship through this process, which will allow you to improve at a faster rate because you won't be spending long periods of time stuck on obstacles that come up and wasting time doing the wrong kind of training. So you might have heard the quote, "You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And this is absolutely true. And it is especially important when we are looking to improve at a faster rate than our competitors and achieve our goals in the game. Because if you look at why professional academies are such a great environment for the development of players, it's because they are surrounded by elite football 24/7. They train with other selected players so the level is high. They talk with their teammates about football and how to improve. They get specific advice from world-class professional experts on a regular basis on all aspects of their game, from the tactical, technical, physical, and mental, to also how they should be eating, sleeping, recovering, and how they should be planning their career with access to agents and contacts within the elite football world. So while you may not have this now, you need to be taking some steps to get one step closer to having this kind of level of environment around you every day by taking back ownership and responsibility of your career into your own hands. This will allow you to bridge the gap between you and the pro academy level and improve at an incredibly faster rate than all of your opponents. And some practical steps you can take here are to find a training partner you can do extra technical work with outside of team training. Start dedicating time to your recovery process every week. Become more conscious of how you are fueling your body in terms of what you eat and drink. And small, simple steps like this done every day will compound over time and lead to the gap between you and your competitors widening, and the gap between you and your goals shortening. Reason number 4 why most players don't make it is bad advice from so-called football experts on social media that leads to little to no or even backwards progress. And this leads on nicely from our third reason, because while we do want to have a good mentor around us and have like-minded people we can talk with and compete against in our environment, we also need to understand that being surrounded by the wrong kind of people and information can be harmful to our progress in the game. Think about it this way. If you're constantly trying to go forward to a certain destination, but you keep getting thrown off track and pushed backwards and get told to go right and left and all over the place, chances are you will never reach that destination point that you set for yourself. And if you do somehow end up reaching your end point, it will end up taking a lot longer than if you were to go there without all of the distractions and interference from the outside. And this is precisely the difference between good and bad mentors, environments, and information. One will allow you to swim with the flow of the river, and the other one will force you to swim against the tide, making it very difficult or very slow to achieve your goals. The most important thing is that you are getting your information and advice from high quality sources, and ideally from people who truly want the best for you and your future career in the game. And the truth is that in the modern day, the players who are surrounded by good mentors and have access to information from the pro level that most other players don't have access to are improving significantly faster than all of the other players. And this is a key factor that separates players who make it and don't make it in the game. So by now you are probably starting to see how many more details and reasons lie below the surface of why some players seem to get quote unquote lucky and make it, and other players who call themselves simply unlucky and never ended up getting even close to realizing their childhood dreams and goals in the game. And what I love about this realization when it truly hits home that luck is no coincidence is that it is a really empowering, encouraging, and positive state of mind to be in. Because you realize that your success is dependent on nothing and no one from the outside, and that it is all in your hands. So instead of things happening by chance in your career, you actually realize that there is a real way and process with practical steps you can take every day to achieving your goals and creating your own reality. And it will seem like you got lucky from the outside, but you will know that you put in the necessary work to ensure that nothing was left up to chance, and that you would make sure you succeeded in the game at all costs. Reason number 5. The final common reason why most players don't make it is thinking it's too late to make it when they are still young. Because remember, the average age of a player in the Premier League is around 25 to 26. And on average, players only make their senior debut at 22.7 years of age. The young superstars that we all hear about are really the exception to the rule, even though it seems common, because that is the headline and news that gets promoted all over social media, and it makes you feel that you can't make it because it's too late. Because some kid your age is already playing in the Premier League. And the truth is that this is completely false, because for as many stories as there are for young teenage wonder kids playing at the pro level, there is also an equal amount of stories of players who ended up playing their first professional game at 24, 27, 29, or even in their 30s. This is a limiting belief that so many players have, and they feel like they already need to have made it by 18. When in reality, at 18, you still have plenty of years ahead of you to achieve your goals in the game. But where so many players get it wrong And what separates the players who do end up making it later on in their career is that they realize, yes, I'm not going to be the young wonder kid who breaks onto the scene, but that doesn't mean I can't make it. I just have to take a different approach. And they do. Maybe it means they have to get some kind of job or find a way to make money while they pursue their career as they get older, and they have to work on making connections with scouts, coaches, and agents at the professional level, all while making sure they are still improving at an incredibly faster rate than their competitors. Because of course, if you continue to do the same things that most of the other players in the world do, you will stay average and get the results of most of the players in the world who don't make it. And there are countless examples of players who made it later on in their career, like Jamie Vardy, who got released from his local club side Sheffield Wednesday at 16, only to slowly climb up the football ladder to make his Premier League debut at 27 years of age, and become a Premier League champion at 29, score in a Champions League quarterfinal at 30, and play for the England national team at a World Cup for the first time at 31. And he is not the only example of this. Junior Messias got released by his local club Cruzeiro in Brazil at age 20. He then moved to Italy, where he started from the bottom of the football ladder and slowly worked his way up over the following years, while being a delivery driver on the side so he could pay for his basic living expenses. He then went on to make his professional debut at 27 and won the Serie A title and played in the Champions League at 30 years of age, proving that it's never too late to make it if you take back control of your career into your own hands. And there are countless stories like this of players reaching the pro level in their late 20s and having to work regular jobs in the meantime from all around the world. So if you are in your teenage years or even your early 20s, it's still not too late for you to make it. And just so you know, we teach everything you need to know, from the proven training program to the recovery techniques, how to build a powerful network in the football world, and how to make money as a footballer to fund your football career in a step-by-step process with the exact system inside of the Football Accelerator program as well. Being able to improve at an incredibly faster rate than your opponents is one of the most powerful skills that you can learn, and when combined with the ability to make connections with professional coaches, agents, and scouts, and knowing how to make money as a footballer to fund your career, will allow you to become a standout player on the pitch and get the opportunity to train with professional clubs. And with our tips, tricks, and secrets, you'll find yourself getting noticed by scouts and coaches every time you play, and getting opportunities to take your game to the next level, even in highly competitive environments. So now that we've gone over the 5 most common reasons why most players don't make it, here is our exact 7-phase process for improving at a frighteningly faster rate than your opponents and getting opportunities to train with pro academy teams. And this is also the exact same training system we teach inside of our Football Accelerator program. In phase 1, top baller mentality, we'll lay the foundation for your success by using the Pro Footballer Roadmap goal setting method, where we will provide you with our proven templates that you can use to go through this process of setting the intention for what you want to achieve in the game. We will then go over potential obstacles you might face along the football journey and how to overcome them by solving the root cause of the problem so it never returns again. From there, we'll teach you one of the most important aspects when it comes to unlocking your potential on the pitch, where we will reveal the secrets to playing with confidence and freedom, even in the most high-pressure situations, so you never play scared again and never have that feeling of being afraid to receive the ball. This is really what kills so many footballers' careers before they even start, because they have the skills and the ability to play at a higher level, but they just don't know how to get over this fear of making mistakes and dealing with the pressure that comes with playing competitive matches. And you might also relate to that feeling of absolutely killing it in training, but when it comes to game day, you feel like a completely different player and nothing seems to work for you. In phase 1, we also cover how to tap into unlimited motivation and how to sustain it so you can have consistency of motivation over a long period of time instead of just a short burst that quickly dies out, to ensure that you can stick with the training program for long enough to see the results and dominate on the pitch. Phase 2 is all about mastering your technique. We will go over exactly how you should be training depending on your current level and stage of your career to unlock your full potential and improve at an incredibly faster rate than all of your opponents. We will also discuss why the mainstream advice on technical training doesn't work and how to avoid doing the wrong kind of training, so you don't end up wasting hours mindlessly doing technical drills every single day. I will then give you the exact training program I used to get the opportunity to train with professional clubs with all the exercises you need to become a standout player on the pitch. This is literally one of the main reasons why most players don't make it, like we spoke about earlier on, because they simply aren't good enough. No amount of connections and networking will be able to cover up for a poor technical ability. So this is one of the main areas of your game that you should be looking to become extremely comfortable with, and after going through our proven technique mastery training program, you will feel like an entirely new player on the pitch. In phase 3, the ideal footballer physique, we will give you everything you need to know about how to craft a strong, fast, agile, and fit physical ability, all while preventing injuries so you can stay in the game while players around you are sat on the sidelines, missing out and falling further behind you in their development. We will talk about how to become faster regardless of your genetics by implementing a few simple training principles that will allow you to transform your speed forever. We will also go over how to become the fittest player on the pitch so you never get tired in games without just doing endless running drills and the dreaded beep test, by tapping into a proven breathing method that we will show you exactly how to use. And on top of all of this, I will give you 2 proven workout plans depending on your biological age and training age, which I have personally used and developed based on the exact same exercises that we did in my time training at professional academies in Europe to make you stronger, faster, and fitter in the shortest amount of time possible. Which brings us on to phase 4, Cognition Expert, where we will reveal the secrets behind how to master your decision making by using a simple process called the cognitive loop. And this is exactly how small, skinny, and slow players are able to beat stronger, faster, and taller players by outsmarting them and being able to think and execute decisions faster on the pitch, which is the ultimate superpower regardless of what position you play, from goalkeeper to striker and everywhere in between. And in my experience, this is the one aspect of the game that is heavily focused on inside of professional academies, but hardly talked about at the amateur level, where everyone is obsessed with technical skills, but no one is developing the unseen cognitive skills required to stand out on the pitch. We'll teach you exactly how to master every step in the cognitive loop, and we're going to do this in a way that's so simple and easy to understand, so you don't need to be a professional coach to figure it out. In phase 5, Tactical Mastermind, we're going to cover how to analyze and watch football like a pro by understanding all the tactical details of the game so you can always be one step ahead of your opponents when you play. You will learn how to master the chess match of football and increase your football IQ so you can be the smartest player on the pitch and gain an advantage by understanding and exploiting weaknesses in the opposition that they don't even know they have. We're going to cover all of this and teach you how to analyze your own matches so you can improve at a faster rate than all of your competitors. By the end of this phase, you will also know all of the little hidden tricks that pro players use to gain the edge in matches by understanding what to look for when watching pro games on TV or at the stadium. Meanwhile, everyone else is just busy looking at the ball. And in phase 6, the top baller lifestyle, we will cover absolutely everything that you need to know about living like a pro footballer, from recovery techniques to sleeping, nutrition, and hydration, and avoiding the common mistakes that are sabotaging most footballers' performance without them even knowing. We also give you our pro level nutrition plan template so that you can fuel your body like an elite athlete and stand out on the pitch. And finally, in phase 7, the business of football, we are going to cover how to build a powerful network and make connections in the football world with professional coaches, scouts, and agents by leveraging the power of the internet. Even if you have absolutely no experience in this and have no one who can give you a pathway into the pro game right now. We will teach you exactly how to create a killer highlight video, football CV, set up your social media profiles professionally, and give you our proven messaging and email templates that have already successfully worked for countless players in different countries all around the world. This is a really important piece of the puzzle, and we will teach you exactly how to go through this process from scratch by guiding you step by step along the journey. And to top it all off, inside of the business of football phase, we will also teach you how to become a footballpreneur and make money as a footballer to fund your career so you can afford to go on trips, trials, and buy the equipment you need to take your game to the next level, so that money is never an obstacle getting in the way of you and your dream of playing professional football ever again. We will go over some modern money-making methods that will allow you to become your own boss and unlock financial, time, and location freedom by using the power of the internet to your advantage, so you never have to work a regular 9-to-5 job ever again. We will then wrap all of this up by showing you how to create a personalized weekly training schedule that takes into account all 7 key aspects of your development, both on and off the pitch, so you can customize it to your own needs and current situation, and never need to waste thousands of dollars on personal trainers and buy another training program ever again. And we will provide you with our easy to use plug and play weekly schedule template so you don't have to waste hours trying to figure it out on your own. And if you follow through and take the necessary action to implement everything that we cover in the program, you will be on the fast lane to improving at an incredibly faster rate than your opponents and standing out on the pitch, getting noticed by coaches and scouts, and getting the opportunity to train with professional clubs in the fastest time frame possible. Now that is the Football Accelerator program. It is the exact same training system that I used to go from an average player on my local club team in New Zealand on the other side of the world to getting the opportunity to train with professional clubs in Europe. Which means there's absolutely nothing stopping you from achieving the exact same success that I have, if not more. And we will never stop adding content to this program. As I learn more, I will make sure all of the students inside of the program get access to all of that knowledge. And as students submit questions, I'll make sure to answer all of them by adding additional content to the program. I do this because I care about helping players achieve their goals in the game, and I don't want to see players give up on their dream because they never had access to professional level coaching. So if you've made it this far in the video, you have 2 options right now. Option number 1, you take everything that you've learned today and try to go figure it out on your own through trial and error and spending thousands of hours and dollars on training and mentorship like I did, and wasted years of my career doing the wrong kind of training, getting little to no results. Or option number 2, you choose to join the Football Accelerator program today, where we will guide you through the entire process step by step and give you everything you need to succeed so you can fast track your way to becoming a standout player on the pitch and getting opportunities to train with professional academies. Just imagine where you could be in 30 days from now if you enrolled in the program today, and also imagine where you would be in the next 30 days if you didn't join today and continue down the same path that you're on right now, doing the same training day after day and never really becoming a standout player on the pitch and not getting noticed by coaches and scouts. And because you watched this free training till the end, when you join the program today, I will throw in a whole bundle of bonuses for a limited time. So not only will you receive lifetime access to the entire Football Accelerator program with all 7 modules and all of the future updates to the course, but you will also receive access to our exclusive members only Top Baller Tribe community group, where you can ask your specific questions to me personally and network with other like-minded ballers so you can keep each other accountable and improve at a faster rate. We also host weekly coaching calls and exclusive interviews with experts from the football world inside of the community group, so we could charge hundreds of dollars a year for this alone. But when you join the program today, we will throw this in for free. But that's not all, because bonus number 2 will grant you access to our Footballer Language Learning Hub, where you will get access to 9 language courses to help you adapt to any country you choose to play in after you apply the training program, and get opportunities to sign for pro academies overseas. And on top of this, you will also receive 4 exclusive ebooks and guides, including our ultimate guide to scoring more goals, the How to Become a Pro Footballer Without Getting Lucky ebook, the Stoic Footballer's Daily Routine Guide, and the Footballpreneur Blueprint, all designed to help you dominate every aspect of the game, both on and off the pitch, and elevate your game to the next level. And the final bonus you will receive when you join the program today is exclusive golden ticket access to our unreleased Top Baller Cinema Room on the FootVault platform, where you will be able to go through our library of content, including exclusive interviews with professional players, coaches, and experts from the football world, documentaries and premium video content, most of which is not available anywhere else. And we have built out this entire platform exclusively for members of the program. And to top it all off, I will also provide you with a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee, meaning that you can get access to the Football Accelerator program and all of the bonuses for 30 days. And if for whatever reason you didn't like the program, you can send us an email and we will give you 100% of your money back, absolutely no questions asked. I want to do this so that there is no risk on your part in joining the program today. And I can so confidently offer such a bold guarantee because I am sure that you will get incredible results with the program, like I and countless other players have been able to achieve with this exact training system. But if you are still doubting whether this program will work for you, take it from me. I was an average footballer sitting on the bench for my local club team in New Zealand on the other side of the world, stuck doing the wrong kind of training for years without making any significant progress, and had thoughts of quitting football altogether. I was nowhere near good enough to be able to get opportunities to train with professional clubs in Europe, let alone have the contacts and network to set that up for myself. I'd never been a standout player growing up. I never had any natural talent or God-given athletic ability. In fact, I was always the smallest player on my team. And I always got told by coaches and people around me that I was never good enough and that I would never make it anywhere in the game. But I followed this exact process that I've outlined to you in this video, and within the first 30 days of me starting this training program, I quickly started improving at an incredibly faster rate than my competitors and became a standout player on the pitch, which led to me getting opportunities to train with professional clubs in Europe. So if anything, the odds are even more in your favor because you have this program to go through that at the time I didn't have, and that I had to spend thousands of hours and dollars to develop and waste years of my career doing the wrong kind of training. So long story short, if you find yourself doubting whether this program will work for you, just know that you can do this and I'm going to help you do it. So right now, just like so many points in a player's career, you're faced with a choice. You can continue doing the same training you are doing right now, or maybe try to figure all of this out on your own. Or you can take advantage of this opportunity to fast track your football development by joining the Football Accelerator program today. And if you're watching this right now, it means our special sale is still running. So you can save $200 on lifetime access to the Football Accelerator program, but the sale is ending soon and spots are filling up quickly. And once we reach maximum capacity, we will close down registrations for good so we can focus on getting the players inside of the program the best results possible in the shortest amount of time, only to reopen at a later date at a much higher price. So if you're ready to invest in your future football career and get the opportunity to train with professional clubs, click the button below, save $200, and I'll see you inside the program.